friendly rivals. While play might be intense, all in attendance are reminded that this is a game and it's between student athletes and that sporting behavior is expected. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to stand and remove your hats to join us in honoring our great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
The opinions and views on this broadcast are those of Colerain Game Day and do not reflect those of Colerain Football, Colerain High School, or the Northwest School District. Please enjoy the game.
And welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, Colerain High School. It's Colerain Game Day's presentation of Colerain football as your Colerain Cardinals play host to the Mason Comets. I am Brandon White alongside Brian Wyatt here. The Cardinals open. They're not open. They have their second game in the GMC at home against the Comets, who come into the game 2-1 in the season. The Cardinals searching for their first victory.
Yeah, Colerain has had the Mason Comets number throughout the years, but Mason comes in here on a hot streak. led by
And
their
our head
defense.
referee,
We've
John
seen a lot of them
Sagers.
play. A lot of close games. Last year's game against them was very close. Colerain pulled it out. Colerain, as you said, looking for their first victory. Still trying to get the only one offensive touchdown on the year, which is going to be interesting against the good defense here at Mason.
And Mason hasn't given up single digits. Gave up 9 points in a loss, 7 points against Hamilton, 3 points against Oak Hill. So defense is what the Mason has relied on so far earlier in the season. And Mason, instead of the Cardinals looking for their first win of the season, Mason looking for their first win all time against the Colerain Cardinals.
Well, we saw a streak busted last week when the Fairfield Indians hadn't beat the Colerain in 17 years.
Since 1999.
1999. So Mason looking to do the same here in Colerain territory again. But thanks for everybody to listening and watching online. Tonight's a little bit going to be a struggle for us. We are short a man. We've been struggling with equipment. So Brandon and I are kind of running without a producer, doing it ourselves. But if you're listening at home, stick with us. Tell us, give us a little bit of a message. Let us know how we're doing, how does that sound. We think we've got our equipment, as antique it is, finally figured out. So remember, it's radio@wearecolerain.com. You can contact us in the booth and let us know where you're watching from and what class you were in. Give a shout out to everybody, or just kind of give us a mention there on the YouTube channel.
And we welcome all the elementary schools in our great district. If you look in the West End zone, you'll see
things to make clear tonight. Tonight is elementary night, so if you can see there, as you saw in the picture earlier, the cameraman.
Give all of our students
get
a
on
big
it.
hand tonight.
There he goes. Elementary night, so there's a tunnel formed by the elementary kids from each elementary school in the district that'll guide the kids onto the field. As well, you might be a little confused. It is also the Joe Bertram Memorial Game for here at Colerain. Joe Bertram, teacher and administrator here at Colerain, passed away a few years ago, very young. Cancer. So in his honor, you'll see the Colerain Cardinals will have orange undershirts on, so they'll be orange sprinkled with the traditional red, white, and black.
And if you can look up the Joe Bertram Foundation on Facebook, it kind of gives you explanation. He was at Colerain, he was at Northwest. He's a teacher and administrator in the district for years, touched a lot of people. And what he's doing and his family is doing is awesome. In his name, give a donation to the Bertram Foundation, and they establish a scholarship for student athletes here at Colerain High School.
The Cardinals are now walking onto the field. They'll make their way through the tunnel, and as we say every year, it takes a little bit of time to get through all of those elementary kids. It's a little smaller than it was back in the day, but it's still a lengthy tunnel for all of those players to get through. As the Mason Comets take the field on the other side. The Mason Comets will be in all white with green trim. Your Colerain Cardinals will be in all black with white trim, and as we mentioned for just tonight, the orange undershirts and orange socks and sweatbands.
And Colerain had won the toss, and traditionally, like they do to here, have deferred to play defense on the second half. So we're going to see the Mason Comets come out first on offense. But again, we have to get through the humanity of kids here. That's what's great about the traditions of Colerain. It's one of those nights where I can remember when you were an elementary student and you got so excited when you got to touch one of the varsity players as he ran by, slapped hands, and you didn't realize how big they were until eventually you were one of those players 8 years down the road, and you there just appreciated the kids that were there for you. So,
and the secondary thing about it, you don't think about it. It's one thing to get through that tunnel with all the players. There's the secondary time that means you got to get all those elementary kids off of the track, out of and back into the stands.
Well, I think they're bribed with a drink, some chips, and a hot dog at the stand.
As the Cardinals take the field, break the tunnel, and they'll come to the sidelines with just under a minute left. It's still kicked off here at Colerain High School. Again, Cardinals come in 0-3 on the season. Mason Comets 2-1 in the season. They lost their opener at Kahana Lincoln 9-7. Came back, bounced back at Hamilton, winning 28-7, and defeated Oak Hills last week, 23-3.
So yeah, they are 2-0 in league play. Kahana Lincoln, it's one of those teams from up to Columbus that some years they're good, some years they're not. It's kind of this early in the season, it's kind of tough to evaluate the talent. So we don't know if that was a huge loss or an upset. We don't know, but We know Mason brings it every time they play Colerain. It's a battle. As I said, we remember last year, came down to one of the last plays of the game.
They will be led at quarterback by number 5, Larson Brown, returning starter. His 330 passing yards on the season, although 80 of those came on one play for a touchdown. And the lad running the ball, heavy dose. We'll see if Sheldon Hibbett with 43 carries through 2 games.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah. So he'll get a steady
The
dose of
Cardinals
him.
won the toss. And
Brown
are
has some
returning to the
carries
second
keeping
half.
it, but he actually has
They'll be
negative
kicking
yards
to
this
the
season.
Comets
So we'll see how it
to
does here
start
for
our
the
game
Comets.
tonight.
Clock is
Back to
reset to
kick for the
12
Cardinals.
to start the first
Will
quarter.
Shoody.
Will Shoody set to kick off for the
And a
Cardinals.
trio of Comets to receive.
Zachary Black and Jacob Bates back to return it for the Comets. Kick is away by Shoody. Black will take it about the 5-yard line, looking for some space. He finds a little bit. Cardinals close it. He gets across to the 30, tackled
Return
inside
by
the 35.
Sean
It'll be
Kuckerberg.
first down to start the game
Taken
for the
down
Mason
by Deshaun
Comets
Hubbard
at their own
and Jaden Stanley.
33-yard line.
Yeah, anytime in the high school level, I think if
Mason
you
will
hold them
start with the
within the
ball
35, you've done your job. Colerain doesn't have the
33-yard
monster-legged kicker this
It'll be
time, but
first
their
and
kick
10
coverage
Mason.
have been quality this year.
As aforementioned, Larson Brown at quarterback. We do have a different running back dotting the I, 32. No, Sheldon Hibbett. He's not 2, he's 32. So there we go. Handoff Hibbett up the middle, and he finds absolutely no space.
Terry Hibbett is the ball
Colerain
carrier.
has been real tough
Makes a
up the
modest
middle
gain,
against the
taken
run. The
down by
strength
Nathan Fry
of this defense, I
It'll be
believe this
second
year
down and
is the
9.
defensive line.
at the 34.
I'll have to adjust my roster. I'm guessing Sheldon Hibbett wasn't penciled in as a starter, so didn't get to choose his number and probably change numbers because he's listed as 2 and 32 in the roster. It looks like he is 32 officially on the field. So just a minimal gain, about second and 9 for the Comets. Drop back, hand off up the middle, pushing forward. Cardinals met him at the line, but the
ball carrier
push
is
forward
taken
from the
down
offense
once
to the
again
right
by
side of the
Nathan
line,
Fry.
and Hibbett falls forward for
That'll be
about
the 3rd down and
3
5.
to 4
The big
yards. It'll be
third
3rd down in a
Let's cheer
long
on
5,
our
short
defense.
6 for a first down.
Mason, one of the bigger programs here in the GMC, usually has a lot of really big bodies on the offensive line. Not overwhelming in size, it appears, at the offensive line this year.
Cardinals way tight, not giving much space to get beat over top. Brown, play action. He's being chased from behind. Tay Love trying to find him before. Slide down, and Larson Brown will be short of the line of the game.
After a gain of 2.
I tell you what,
taken
Colerain
down
brought the
by
house right there. You don't see
Jarman
that too often.
and
They
Cooper
loaded up, they
Creed.
stacked all their linebackers in every
Fourth
gap and
down.
came with
And
everybody.
2 for the Comets.
Mason with a little late decision. They
They
are
will
going to bring on the
punt
punting
squad.
team.
Back
So
to
a
return
big
for the
3 and out
Cardinals.
for the Colerain Cardinals to
Number
start
4,
the game.
Jeremy Cheatham. And punting for the Comets, number 33,
Cardinals don't have
Sean
anyone
Kuckerberg.
back, so they're playing for the fake here. Snap is back. He's holding, looking, and he'll finally kick off. No one's back to return for the Cardinals. It'll take neither team bounce, just a fair
And the
bounce.
ball is down by
Be
Mason
down
at
at the
Colerain
19-yard line, and that's
where
what the Cardinals will take
over
over with their
first and
opening
10.
possession.
I'm not sure if that formation with no return man was
spectators in
back
attendance for
was,
tonight's game
was on
must have a
purpose.
ticket to
I
enter
don't know if they were
stadium.
covering the fake or not.
Spectators
There
are not
was a
permitted to
return man that
stand
ran
within the
out
game
there.
or the surrounding fence line.
Mason was a little
Anyone
late to
doing
run
so
their
will be
return
asked
team
to
out
leave.
there, but
Yeah, but when the return man counted 11 guys in front of him, he knew there was too many.
he didn't. The coaching staff didn't yell at him to get off. So the Cardinals will come out.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 from the 19.
First and 10 of the 19. Wing formation. Jennings takes it. Hands it off the roads. Met in the backfield, but keeps his feet. We'll gain about a yard and a half.
You were talking earlier about the interesting look with Colerain throwing a little splash of orange in there. If you look in the upper right corner, the Mason Comet student section, I guess it's American night. The green and white of Mason Comets are red, white, and blue.
Cardinals now switch it up now in the pistol formation on 2nd and 8. All the bodies to the left is Zay Jennings. He takes it, looks, throws out to his receiver, and nowhere to go for Jeremy Cheatham.
Zay Jennings' pass is complete to Jeremy
Kind of a little bubble screen out there. When you got one-on-one coverage with every linebacker on that, they really got. There's 4 defenders being blocked by 3 Colerain Cardinals, and he couldn't make his one-man miss. Back to the original line of scrimmage, 8:40 left to play in this first quarter. Colerain 3rd down and 8.
So Cardinals will flip it. They'll stay on the pistol with the heavy formation this time to the right, with trips to the right. Jennings takes it, rolls right, looks downfield, and he's just going to tuck and go, try to find some space. Not much going. They get about 2-3 yards, but that's it. It'll be 4th down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, kind of a run option pass right there. Good coverage down deep, and he decided early, which I'm fine with. If you're going to make a decision, make it quickly. Stick with it. So it's going to be a 3-out for the Colerain Cardinals.
The 6'8" Brennan Green back to punt.
He
has been a bit of feast or famine so far for the Cardinals this year, punting-wise. He's had some big ones, but he has had a couple shanks. This will be a low-line drive, not fielded on, and that'll take a bounce. And in the battle of field positions, the Cardinals, your 2 possessions to win that is that'll take a nice Cardinal bounce, and it'll be down at the 27, 26-yard line.
Yeah, it's sometimes those awkward punts are the toughest to corral as a return man.
Stay engaged with our
Black did the right thing, and just, if you're not going to get a good catch on that first bounce, just let it go.
When you got an unconventional punter, I'm really surprised if you don't know really where he's going.
It's not unconventional. It just was a really low kick.
Just
1st and 10 Mason.
So 1st and 10 Mason. They'll move to the shotgun. Hibbett next to Brown. Brown looks, 1st down. He looks out to the outside, then in. Too tall, intended for Braden Greer.
Brown's pass was intended
that was a mistake by Greer. He had that guy on the wing wide open.
2nd down and 10 for Mason.
Might have made his decision up before he even took the snap.
It was a fake bubble to a slant on the inside, and the bubble was wide open. He should have just turned to that instead of trying to catch the Cardinals on the inside. But either way, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Handoff, Hibbett trying to find some space. Not there initially. Bounces off of the initial pile. Still on his feet, but he tried to bounce it outside, and there was nowhere to go. Tay Love with the tackle.
That was an all-Tay play. It'll be
About
3rd down
yard
and 9
and a half.
for the Comets.
3rd down and 9 for the Comets forthcoming.
Probably obvious passing situation. Colerain set the house this time.
Last time.
And
they have the switch. Tay Love, the larger bodied middle linebacker, play the run. Substituted Hayden Danielson at middle linebacker, the sophomore. Lots of sophomores out there for the Cardinals. Drop back to pass. Brown, send a blitz. Looking for something off of his back foot. Hit his receiver in the hands, but that was not going to be an easy catch for Jack Ryder. It falls short. He would have been short of the line to gain anyways. Incomplete, 4th down for the Comets.
Yeah, Nathan Fry did a good job getting off his man and putting a little pressure. He had the crossing man late, but I think even if he makes that catch, there's 2 Colerain defenders right there waiting on him.
It is interesting that Sean Krugerberg is both the return man and the punter for the Comets. Cheatham back to return for the Comets. Comets a little false motion to try to draw the Cardinals off sides. No effect. Snap is back. Kick is just away. Cheatham, fair catch signal. He'll get it just past the 40-yard line. Cardinals will take over 1st down on their own 44.
Talk about switching the field. We started the game off with Mason Comets at the 34. They pushed Colerain Cardinals back to the 24. Then Colerain with the big kick went all the way back inside the 25. And Mason Comets with their kick, they're 3 and out. Colerain has made up almost 20 yards. They're starting the ball at their own 44-yard line. 6:37 left to play. No score.
Corey Myrick just missed getting a hand on that punt. Zay Jennings takes a traditional formation, Cheatham in motion. Handoff, middle, Rhodes pushes. And nope.
Jennings quarterback had the ball.
Kept the ball.
Play was broken up very quickly.
And they'll mark it a 2-yard loss. 3-yard loss.
Loss of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Colerain has yet to find a rhythm with this offense, especially from the fullback. We haven't seen a lot of production. Quarterback, fullback is the strength of this Colerain offense, and we just haven't seen that this year.
The interior of that offensive line in the middle there, I don't know if there's issues there or what's going on. Something's not working right now for the Cardinals up front. Handoff, jet sweep, Cheatham finding a little space, squeezes through. We'll get about
Jennings gives
the original line of game plus a little more, about 6, maybe 7 on the carry.
Gain. It'll be
Mason Comets linebackers are really crowding the line and plugging up that middle. Of Colerain, I think if they're going to have some success, they're going to have to maybe come with some counters or some speed to the outside.
So 3rd and 9 officially. Yeah, that's 3rd and 8. Somewhere in between there. Stay in that tight formation. Satterwhite in motion. Takes it, fakes it, looking downfield, and the pass nearly picked off.
Jennings' pass is incomplete. We have a flag on the play.
Flag after. I don't see what happened there, but
one of the linemen from Mason Comets came through the Colerain bench, and it looked like one of the Colerain players tried to hold him up, but I believe the referee's got to call him for
dead ball foul, personal foul.
They're going to call the personal foul on Colerain for the block out of bounds.
It's going to be a 15-yard.
For me, it looked like they were trying to hold him up.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly because it was in the crowd there. So bad to worse for the Cardinals. They'll lose 15, and the field position that they flipped a little bit goes back. Little impatience there for Jennings. He went to the fullback right away. He had Cheatham running back backside. I know it's his third option, but he was all
receive for the Comets, Sean Krukenberg.
Krukenberg back to return. Green set to punt. Snap is back. Kick is away, and this one's high and in the air. Krukenberg takes it. Finds a little space, but not much more.
Fantastic punt by Brennan Green. Modest return by Krukenberg. He's taken down by number 10, Deshaun Hopper. Mason will
no
take
first
over
downs
at the 40-yard line.
so
First
far
and
in
10.
this game by either team. Each team had 2 possessions. It is 5:06 left to play in this first quarter. No score.
Heavy set man in motion for the Comets. Handoff, jet sweep, trying to find the edge. They'll get a little bit of gain here. Find a seam, and it's a foot race to the end zone. Mason Comets will fall just short, but the jet sweep gets underneath, and it's a big gain for number 82, Quinn Brown, on the jet sweep underneath inside the Cardinal 5-yard line.
Yeah, all he had is one man to beat. It looked like Colerain had that defended. He's not that big of a guy, but showed some wheels to get to the outside.
4-yard line.
Good backside pursuit. Keeps them from the end zone, but it is 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, you can't blame the sophomore, Cooper Creek. He kept contained, forced him inside. The interior blocked up by the Comets, and the pursuit did not get there in time to stop him for a minimal gain. So Brown hands off up the middle, and Mason, Nick Sailors scores first for the Mason Comets.
Yeah, just a simple straight dive. Don't know if that how much went to play, but that personal foul out of bounds and that big play really took a little bit of wind out of the sails from the Colerain Cardinals. Look a little uninspired on that defensive play there.
In for the extra point, Michael Timmons.
Michael Timmons set to kick the extra point for the Comets. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is blocked by the Cardinals. So with 4:22 in the play in the first quarter. It's the Comet 6, the Cardinals 0.
Well, I don't know if the Colerain Cardinals were listening to me saying that play was uninspired. They got inspired on that play and answered right back. So 4:22 left in the first quarter. Mason Comets strike first.
The upcoming bond issue will allow the community to save money over time. With over $40 million in maintenance needs, there's no better time than now to address the
playing
needs
from behind here in the first quarter
of the district's infrastructure. To learn more about our master facility
do something
plan,
here against this stingy
visit
Mason
NWLSD.
defense.
Yeah, and what's predicted to be a low-scoring game, one big play like that is really a momentum swing. And Colerain can do that with a decent return.
Cheatham,
Colson
back
Bunch
deep.
is set to kick for the Comets.
Colson Bunch set to kick.
Back to return for the Cardinals. Jeremy Cheatham and Jordan Robinson.
Colson Bunch to kick. Kick is away. It'll be fielded by Robeson about his 5-yard line. Trying to find some space. Cuts it inside. And not much going. It'll be brought down inside the 25.
Robinson on the return, all the way up to the Colerain 23.
Yeah, good coverage by the Mason Comets, limiting that gain at all.
He's taken down by Kai Wolfel and Tyler Wilson. The Cardinals will take over first and 10.
2 possessions, no first downs. They'll try to change that here.
Well, Mason Comets didn't have a first down until they had that huge run. Hopefully Colerain can get one of their own.
Equipment issue for Comet. Will have to come out for a play. So Jennings back under center. Satterwhite in motion. Handoff. Rhodes finding some space. Still on his feet. Off of one tackle. Rolls off another. He's out ahead. Got a first down. Close to the 40-yard line.
Heart and determination right there. He made contact at the line of scrimmage, bounced off a linebacker, got a couple more yards, bounced off a defensive back for the Colerain Cardinals. First down out to the 38-yard
Still right
line.
by Jennings. I think that contact is not full contact because it just the block got a little bit pushed into him, but stays on his feet and pushes forward. First down, Cardinals. Cheatham takes it around the edge, cuts it up, still on his feet, trying to find some space, still on his feet. Took him strung out, still out. He'll get about 4, maybe 5 yards in the carry.
He was knocked out of bounds by
That's 2 successful
Zach
runs to
Rogers.
the outside. Where they're going to give him about 4 yards, almost 5 on that.
He's second down.
Cheatham, not the biggest guy on the field, but he threw that stiff arm out and gained a couple yards after contact. Second down and 6. 3:39 left to play in the first quarter.
To the shotgun now for Jennings. Play clock, plenty of time. Although mixing up, it's actually Satterwhite lined up as the quarterback pitches it out to Jennings. He stays out. So a little mix-up
Snap to Michael Satterwhite.
there. Satterwhite did his best on not the greatest snap to get it, and probably Cardinals probably had more yardage if they got that a clean snap. But
A gain of 3.
little bit of timing off there.
Is this the first time, Brandon, you played in the program, you've seen a lot of this game where the quarterback has taken the pitch,
Yeah.
running this option?
Well, we saw Satterwhite last week when Jennings' helmet came off. He had to come out for a play. Satterwhite had a big gain out of the Wildcat formation. So.
He made a good play, Satterwhite did there on that bad snap. Give him credit there.
So third down and along 3, maybe 4. Still in the shotgun. Satterwhite lined up like he's going to take it, and he will. He'll cut it upside, find enough space, and he'll get a first down to midfield.
Satterwhite on the carry.
Nothing fancy right there. He just ran straight ahead. It was a quarterback. I wouldn't even call it a draw. It was just quarterback follow, quarterback dive.
First down.
ball spotted right at the 50.
Some would say, why didn't you just if you're going to do that, just let Jennings run. He's a running quarterback, but maybe a little throw them off a little bit. That Satterwhite is the one. You're keying Jennings, so it opens up Satterwhite, who's still taking the snaps. Sends Jennings in motion. He looks, throws. Jennings with the catch. And it might be a loser yard, but we're also got a flag on the play. Got to think
Satterwhite's pass to Jennings.
It's behind the play in the area of weak side holding, maybe. They're going to call a chop block, I believe.
Chop block, Colerain.
So that's a big penalty against an offense that was already struggling.
So he did lose yardage on that play. It's not a spot foul, so they're kind of discussing right now.
Do you want 2nd and 12 or do you want 1st and 25? I would take 1st and 25.
With your defense and the way Colerain's offense, yeah, field position is more important.
That's will be the decision. So we'll take chop blocks and 15-yard penalty. 1st and 25 for the Cardinals. Now, if they're trying to disguise who's going to be the quarterback, it's a little bit of a giveaway because Satterwhite and Jennings have just switched gloves with each other.
1st and 25, Colerain.
So Jennings back to quarterback under center. Satterwhite in motion, handoff, quick pitch, outside. Satterwhite trying to find some space, and he's struck down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, absolutely no blocking in front of him. There was just nothing to do. Outside linebacker beat his man, was the first one to meet the running back.
Weston Simmons with the tackle. So 2nd and 28 for the Cardinals.
.90 seconds left in the first quarter.
Motion. Handoff Rhodes up the middle, find some space. It won't be much, but it'll be about 5 yards. There's still a long way to go for that first down.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd down and what we'll call it about 24 yards to go.
It's at their 36. They need the 40 of Mason, so that would be about correct.
What? Your father was correct?
I said it about correct. I didn't say exactly. It's slightly past the 36, and the yard to gain is slightly before the 40, but it's 3rd and 24.
Single coverage here at the outside. Just
handoff Cheatham, jet sweep, can't find space initially. Still going on his feet, will be pushed out of bounds.
Cheatham is the ball carrier.
It's about 6 or 7, but Mason's keeping everything in front. Force a 3rd and long for the Cardinals to punt.
By Sean Kruger.
Yeah, I would almost like
that'll bring up 4th down.
You had single coverage down here, one wide receiver against one defensive back,
and
almost just
17.
Throw it up and go one-on-one.
Except for that one play, Mason hasn't done much offensively. I take the field position. If Mason's defense is going to give you 9 to 10 yards, take it and flip the field position. So Green back to punt again. Snap is back. Kick is away. And it'll take a Cardinal bounce. Corey Myrick on top of it. It's still going, still going, still going, still going, still going.
Nice punt.
And that'll be down at the 3-yard line.
You know, I have to give you credit. You just told me I was right. I'm going to tell you right now, you were right. Field position right there. You don't know you're going to get a punt like that, but when you get it down to the 2, you'll take it.
Would be the time for you.
Is that the 2 or the 3? I can't tell by the angle.
I think it's the 2.
Let them hear you and get some big stops right here.
So Mason, one big play. Set up their first touchdown, but now they're trapped deep inside their own territory. Cardinals look like they're bringing some pressure here to try to get 2 points. Hibbett will get it out of the shadow of his end zone. Going to be interesting where they say he stepped out.
Tay Hibbett with the carry. Pushed out of bounds.
He's out at about the 8-9 yard line, so about a 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 5.
The 8-yard line is what I say he stepped out, so 5-yard gain.
Gives them a little bit more choice here on play selection out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Should be the last play of the quarter here. Brown takes the snap, looks to throw, gets his man in space, but doesn't have nowhere to run, and a great tackle in open field is
Brown's pass
to Braden Greer is immediately tackled by Elram Nevis.
He's taken down.
And that's
by
the final play after
Elram
one
Nevis.
quarter play here at Colerain High School.
Bring
It's
up
the
third
Comets
down
of
and
Mason
3 for
6,
Mason.
the Colerain Cardinals 0.
And that'll end the first quarter at the end
Thank
of
you
one.
for everyone listening at home.
Here at Cardinal Stadium, it's Mason 6.
And you can reach us immediately in
And
the
the
chat
Colerain
or at
Cardinals
radio at
0.
wearecolerain.com. And again, as always,
Northwest
thank you
Local School
to
District knows that
Lenny
school communities matter. Our
Lopez
master
listening
facility
from
plan
Corona,
creates a structure that
California.
will allow students to grow
Hopefully
together
he has electricity
and to build
out there.
strong
It's
relationships
not
as
too
they
hot.
move
I know
throughout
it was
each
pretty
level
hot
of
yesterday
school
for the Rams
with the
Bills
establishment
game.
of
Hopefully
a
he's staying
clean feeder
cool
system.
wherever
To learn
he is.
more about our master facility plan, visit us online at NWLSD.
You know, we've been doing this about 12 years here, Colerain Game Day. We used to call ourselves wearecolerain.com until we gave
For
our
all the latest
website over to the
information, photos,
athletic
and videos
department.
on
And
all
Lenny
Colerain
Lopez is
athletics.
one of the
Be sure
one
to
of the
visit
Colerain fans that we appreciate a lot.
wearecolerain.com.
He's been with us
Please
from
consider
California
joining the boosters and
on a
helping
Friday
all the
night,
student
almost for as long as I can
at
remember.
Colerain High
So we
School.
really appreciate you
Registration is
listening
easy.
at home there, Lenny.
I don't remember at this point when we started doing this, but I don't remember doing this without emails from Mr.
And we
Lopez.
thank you for your support. Well, after one quarter of play,
So it was an interesting play, and it looked wide open, but Nevis did a good job of closing the gap. That little bubble screen, it looked like it was there earlier.
You will support Colerain High School as you enjoy your food.
But nowhere to go
To start the
for
second quarter, Mason
Greer.
will begin.
Sets up a big third
Third down
down
and
for
3
the
from
Comets.
the 11.
3rd and 3 from their own 11. They spread it out a little bit more, trying to create some space here on 3rd down. And the Cardinals give them a
Line
free
on the
5
play.
yards.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's from when you're senior captain. You don't see that from Nathan Fry that often.
He's been one of the bright spots for the Cardinals all year defensively.
Other referees are stopping play for some reason. Are they discussing whether he was drawn offside?
Dead ball foul. False start.
Yes,
Mason.
they are. Reverse that.
Gonna be a
Change it.
5-yard
Good job,
penalty.
Nathan Fry. It's
gonna
going to
be
be a
the third
false
and 8.
start on the Comets.
All right, Cardinals fans, this is a
So the
big
only thing I
step
can
we need here.
imagine
Let's
is that
go.
they said it was a, what do you call it, induced or a fake snap or some sort of
Yes.
sound or
Some flex by the so I didn't see any of the linemen move, but I don't know maybe if the hand of the center or if he made an audible.
someone made a sound that was not the, I don't know, but either way they reversed it. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Comets. Brown drops back from his end zone. He looks, throws, finds his man open in some space, and Braden Greer
Brown's
for the first
pass is
down.
complete to Braden Greer.
He had plenty of times this time. Colerain not really break me. It was well blocked. No extra blitzers for the Colerain Cardinals,
Taken
and he
down
just
by
find a
number
little
2,
seam behind the
Corey
linebackers in front of the defensive backs.
First down for
Did a good
Mason.
job. It looked like he was
First and
the
10
man in the
from
flat
the
was
28-yard line.
kind of the open man, and he kind of looked that way to draw Myrick, and then threw right where Myrick had come from. Found the gap to his leading receiver, Greer, for a first down. 2 tight ends. Brown hands off. Hibbett falls over top of
Terry
the
Hibbett
pile.
is the ball carrier.
Get about 3-4 yards on the play.
After a gain of about 3, he's taken down by Cooper Creek. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Mason's not doing anything fancy, and I kind of glanced at their stats coming up to this year. They really, time of possession is huge for them. It looks like their offense is run first, pass when you have to, but they want to control the time and how much they're on the field.
So Brown under center. This is going to go power to the left behind the formation. Hibbett's going to find some space. He'll be right
Terry
at
Hibbett
the
once again
chain
on
marker.
the carry. He's taken
We'll
out of
see
bounds.
while he's officially marked. I think he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, I was always glance at the guys that are
By
holding the
Elmer
chains.
Nevis.
If they start walking before the referee, yeah, they're moving before the referee.
Right,
Raise it
yeah,
up for
he
a
went out right
Mason
at the
first
chain,
down.
right at the line of the game. That'll be a first down for the Comets.
Mason will start with a fresh set of downs at their own
So far,
38-yard line.
Mason mistake-free football. Well, other than that false start, the one big play which led to the touchdown.
They haven't had any major negatives so far. Cardinals had some positive going, but then a penalty really put the foot to that. So counter backside. Hibbett patiently follows his blocks and gets about 4 yards on the play. Cardinals thought they had that in the backfield, but a good patient run by Hibbett, let his blockers develop.
Well, it's almost the timing of the play. I wouldn't call it a draw play, but they almost allowed.
That's a trap.
Allowed the defender come in, and the rush was past.
For a sophomore running back to have the patience to wait for that trap when it looks like you're about to get blown up in the backfield. So 2nd and 6. Comets started at their own end. Quick pass out. Nice look. First down for
pass is complete.
For the Comets pass.
Quentin
Kaler, the tight end, just kind of leaked out.
By number 21.
Well, that's a sneaky good play there. Very well designed. They only had one wide receiver out there, and he ran a clear route. And they haven't even mentioned the tight end already. He just kind of slipped out where the wide receiver vacated.
Cardinals concerned about the run. The tight end slips out backside. So well-designed play there for Mason. Picks up the first down and into Cardinal territory. We'll go another power outside zone, stretching it out. And
it's coming back. I believe they got number 12 or 56, both holding the same man.
In fact,
holding on Mason.
Usually the referee kind of looks to the side judge and threw the flag like, hey, what it is. The referee didn't even look. He's like, yeah, that's a hold, isn't it? Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was. I'm attempting to talk and run the camera at the same time. I don't do either well, but even I saw that one pretty obvious.
It'll be a spot foul, so it'll be.
And it was either right at or right behind the line of scrimmage.
It's about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And holding penalty, go back Mason up 10 yards.
Actually, they're going to call it at the line of scrimmage, so.
Yeah, if it was a yard maybe behind.
Your own 47-yard line.
First down and 20 now for the
Correction,
Comets.
42-yard line.
Now on their own end of the field, back on their own end of the field. Brown takes it, play action looking. He's got some space to the outside, throws over top, intended for Greer, who makes the catch.
Brown's
gets about
pass is complete to number
half the
14,
penalty. Oh, that is not a.
That's a good spot.
Taken out of bounds.
Okay, put it at midfield. Okay, the referee nearest. No, he's not putting it at midfield.
He's putting directly at midfield.
The referee at the sideline, the side judge was a yard behind that. That's where he should have got it about the 50.
Midfield.
But the side judge on that sideline was at about the 49-48. I'm like, that's not a good spot for that young man, but they correct it. 2nd and 13 now for the Comets. Motion flood pattern to the right. Brown gets it away. Greer with another catch. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet. Ball's loose. And the Comets back on top of it.
That ball popped out of the wide receiver's hands and directly into the hands of the defensive back for Colerain. He was surprised he touched the ball, and he couldn't hold on to it, and that went right back to the Mason Comets.
So not only the Comets, they were close to the first down with the catch. The fumble forward gets them enough for the first down. So Comets driving under 9 minutes now to play in the half. Started at their own 3, now at the Cardinal 32. Brown takes the snap, zone run. Hibbett lost the ball. It's still loose. Still loose. And we'll see who has it.
On the transition.
Well, Hibbett wasn't even touched. He was just kind of switching the ball from one hand to the other, and without any contact, Colerain Cardinals recovers the ball. A gift.
Tay Love. I saw Tay Love on top of the ball when the pile up had, but it was underneath his behind. He was basically squatting over the ball. I don't know. It's kind of hard of a spot to protect in those scrum piles when everyone's reaching for the ball, but he was able to protect it. And the Cardinals come away with it. They'll take over at their own 35.
There wasn't a Colerain Cardinal within 7 yards of the running back, and he just dropped it.
It's a stretch zone, and it's just like it was just poorly executed to the Cardinals. get the first turnover here. They'll take over. Jennings takes it, hands it off the Rhodes up the middle, and he is met for no gain.
Rhodes is the ball carrier. He goes ahead.
So, yeah, they're actually going to call a loss of about a half yard.
8:13
left to play until halftime. Mason Comets leading 6-0.
Cardinals have liked this trips to one side of the shotgun, tight end to the other weak side. Jennings takes the snap and immediately he had no chance. He was betting the 42 for the Comets was in the backfield before Jennings could even get the snap off.
Well, again,
Malachi Reed.
it was a high snap to begin with, so it throws the timing off.
For a loss of 10 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 20.
But Reed came from his defensive line almost untouched and got there at the same time.
Even if it's a high snap, he should have enough time to roll to his left.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 20. Colerain needs to get out to their own 45.
Snap is up. Cardinals were not set. Jennings is going to take it, cut through, and no gain. About a 3 or 4 yard gain.
He goes ahead for about 3 yards, but there's a flag on the play.
So I assume with the outcome of the play, the Comets will decline the penalty.
Field position. Colerain hadn't been able to gain a yard.
You take the down if you're going to force it to punt.
Illegal shift. Colerain. That penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down.
Mason Comets do decline it.
So it'll be 4th and they'll give them about 4 yards on there. So
4th
and long. Cardinals will punt from their own 29.
Back to receive for the Comets, number 33, Sean Krukenberg.
Krukenberg back to receive for the Comets. Green back to punt for the Cardinals. Brennan Green's been the MVP, I would say, so far for the Cardinals. Gets this one away and another high booming punt. Krukenberg met immediately, makes the initial wave miss, but that just runs him into trouble. And number 28, the sophomore.
Fantastic punt.
Greg Williams with a big tackle.
Little to no return for the Comets. Flag on the play.
What's a flag? I don't know what it's for.
Was a big hit. They're going to call a penalty against Colerain for helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yep. So a big punt and catch, or a big punt and no minimal return is going to give an extra net 15. Mason's started their own 45.
15-yard penalty, which means Mason will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So the helmet-to-helmet contacts.
I guess Coach Cutright was out on the field getting an explanation of the call. You know, sometimes that happens. You're hitting a moving target about the same height. You put your shoulder down, he puts your shoulder down, and the heads just kind of come together sometimes.
Mason with the ball again. Play action, plenty of time. Throw is away and incomplete. And I think Brown will probably be happy that was misthrown, because if that's thrown on target to Chase Blevins, I think the young sophomore Yahivi Jarman's there to make a play on the ball.
That's a long throw for an out pattern, and that's a tough throw at any level, more or less for high school. And yeah, just you're absolutely correct. If that ball is thrown where it should have been, for the wide receiver to catch it, defensive back beats him to the ball.
Now that is part of the throw by Brown to throw it out where only his man can get it, just a little too far out that time. Brown takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and shoestring tackle initially broken. Jacob Fitzgerald made the initial tackle. Nathan Fry cleans it as Nick Sailors is brought down for a loss.
12 for Mason.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12, 6:35 left till halftime. Mason Comets leading your Colerain Cardinals 6-0. Mason Comets really haven't done much except for that one big play.
Cardinals make a switch to a defense with pass heavy. Now, Comets have done a good job of protecting the quarterback so far tonight. So the Cardinals can get some pressure on this play. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, tight end to the left, Brown. Takes it, looks left, looks backside draw, and nicely designed Nick Sailors on the draw.
Nick Sailors is the ball carrier.
Picks up enough for the first down.
He goes ahead for
Everybody in the stadium looking for the pass right there. A good call by the Mason Comets offensive coordinator.
Not quite a Statue of Liberty play, but
just simple draw.
But he does. Everyone goes right, and he hands it off going back left.
41.
First down for the Comets at the Cardinal 41. Hand off Sailors up the middle. He's met in the backfield. It will fall forward for about a gain of 1.
Again is the ball carrier. He's taken down by Greg Williams. After a 1-yard gain,
with a limited amount of passing that happens from either one of these teams today. We've got 5 minutes left to play to halftime. It's a quick game.
Comets back under center. I like this run to that heavy side formation. And this time it'll be Weston Simmons picking up about 6 on the play.
Down by number 11, Nathan Fry.
It's like it would be a yarder.
That'll bring a 3rd down for Mason.
No, they're going to give him almost 7, 8 there on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Comets. The way this game is going, I almost think it's 2-down territory for the Comets.
Well, I believe so too. With the ineffectiveness of this Colerain offense,
Big 3rd down right before the half.
If you get stopped here in 2 downs, you're really not giving up much.
So Brown takes the shotgun snap and just gets it away. He's under pressure and he can go down for a big loss.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think it's 4-down territory now. If you lose it, that's going to make it 4th down and 8, almost 9 yards.
Yeah, Stanley West and Craig Williams rush down. And to Mason's credit, if you know you're going for it on 4th down, it's not bad. 4th and 3rd and short to do play action, try the Cardinals off guard. But the blitz there gets to him, and he had nowhere to run. Offense will stay on the field. We're at 3:30 now to play in the half. So the Mason Comets will let this clock run a little bit here on 4th and 9.
Yeah, play clock under 10. A delay game doesn't hurt them here, but okay, they see.
They are going to take a timeout. It'll be 3:24 on the clock, 4th and 9 for the Comets. Comets take their first timeout. And to your point, if he was going to just let it roll out delay game, what's it matter at this point? You punt it. But the fact that he's going to take his timeout, I think he's actually going to. Is it still Coach Kastner there at Mason?
I'm not sure. I thought he retired.
I know the basketball coach retired.
Not really sure.
Football Friday Cheer Champion Trophy. Each squad chosen to cheer on the
I think it's still Kastner, but I have no idea.
But this is a good area too for you drop your quarterback into a little bit of a deeper shotgun. Takes a read what he likes, and he can actually pooch kick it too.
And text the word Cardinals.
But again, with the ineffectiveness of the Colerain offense,
why not go for the first?
98.
I've said it time and time again. When you kick the ball in high school and your special teams keep them within the 35, you're done well. If they get nothing here, they give the Colerain the ball at the 40-yard line.
They will come out though, Mason, in a punt formation. Krugenberg back.
All right, Colerain fans, let's go.
Cardinals don't have a returner back. And Comets will punt it away. And they will down the Cardinals at maybe the 2. So it'll be first down Colerain with 3:11 on the clock, and they'll have 98 yards to drive.
Take over 1st and 10 from the 2.
Yeah, just don't do anything stupid here. You're at your 2-yard line. You just run the ball. I'm looking for a heavy dose of the fullback.
Coming up at the halftime, we have The Colerain Cardinals marching band.
Mason Comets do have 2 timeouts left.
Cardinals have all 3 of theirs, but your first objective is to get out of the shadow of your own end zone here.
Just one first down.
Some scores from around the area. 1st and 10, Colerain.
It's first down, Colerain. They'll go back under center. In fact, they'll come out
Quarterback sneak.
Tank formation, and they'll just hand it straight off. Rhodes will take it still on his feet. He'll fight forward, and get it across the 5 to about the 6-7 yard line.
Good game by Justin Rhodes on the
I'll tell you what, there was good penetration by the Mason defense on that play.
That'll bring up
Rhodes does a good job.
6
Low
for
man
Cardinals.
wins on football. He found a little bit of a crease. 2nd down, let's call it 7. 2:45 left to play and a half.
Still in that heavy tank formation with 2 defensive linemen as lead blockers. Jennings will fake pitch, tuck it inside, and it'll be close to the 10-yard line.
Yep, he's at the 10. He needs about 2 more.
Zay Jennings on the carry, taken down by Tyler Dalton.
Jennings was
That's a 3-yard
looking
gain.
to
That'll make
pitch
it
there.
3rd down.
Yeah, it was a speed option. It wasn't
The
just a
big,
straight-
the big play could have been there if he pitched it, but I like the conservative approach right there, especially when you're out on the field. As we get down to 2 minutes left to play till half. 2nd down or 3rd down and 3.
No real rush from the Cardinals. Again, they're just trying to get a first down before they do anything here. Jennings takes it, and just a quarterback keep around the left side, and he's going to get 1, but he needed
Zay
2.
Jennings on the carry. Moves ahead to the 10-yard
Timeout,
line.
Mason.
The 11-yard line. Timeout Mason. That is their 2nd timeout of the half.
And just nowhere to go there. 2nd level. He has the blocks on the edge, but the linebackers are all able to overflow, and when he tucks it inside of his blockers, there's linebackers coming over the top to close the gap. So just a yard short, but the Cardinals for now escaped the shadow of their end zone. Give Green a little bit of room, but a timeout by the Comets. They'll have 1:44 before the Cardinals will force to punt.
Green's done a good job so far, and we've seen a couple this year, some bad snaps, but when you got a 6'8" punter, he's got good hands back there. So just get it in his general area, get it off. Mason Comets could put 2 backs back for the return.
Back to receive for Mason.
Krukenberg and Weston Simmons.
And Sean Krukenberg.
Greer's going to take the snap and kick his away. Krukenberg's going to take it in his own territory, gets it across midfield, and he's still on his feet trying to find some space. He got tied up there. He didn't go down pretty.
Brennan Green. Returned by Sean Krukenberg.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those awkward tackles.
He's up now, but yeah, that was an awkward way to go down.
When you hear the entire crowd on both sides, you hear kind of a gasp.
Well, it's also one of those ones when, and I think every football player has had that moment where you go down fun and you're like, ooh, that's going to be bad, the way I got twisted, and then you're like,
wait a minute, nothing's hurt.
Okay,
how about that punt by Brennan Green, folks?
Good punt, but a pretty good return, and inside the 35. Comets take over the Colerain 33 with 1:31 and 1 timeout remaining.
2.
They have 1 timeout.
1?
Okay.
1st down and 10 for Mason.
Mason sends a man in motion. Handoff down the sidelines. Hibbett's going to pick up close to a first down.
Jay Hibbett on the carry.
And get out of bounds. Well, they're going to give him a first down inside the Cardinal 25.
That carry is enough for a first down for Mason.
Good use of the motion there by the
1st and 10 for Mason on the Colerain.
Send a man, send him in motion one way and send the stretch play back where that defender vacated. Plenty of time. 1:22 for the Comets. Just a timeout left. Down again, get a handoff, another stretch play. This time the Cardinals will need it and keep them in bounds. So clock will continue to roll. 2nd down, and really no gain for Comets on that play.
Actually, a bit of a loss for the Comets there.
Interesting that
Great
Comets
tackling by the Cardinals.
Comets are
It'll
huddling.
bring up 2nd down and 11.
We're under a minute to play in the half. Actually gonna say he lost a yard, 2nd and 11. Brown takes the snap. He's gonna fake it, handoff, and Brown looking, rolling, trying to find something, dumps it off, finds a man who breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Comets.
I tell you what, the weak side linebacker coming from the outside fell for the fake and ran right past the quarterback who had the ball in his hand.
1st and goal for Mason.
And then a couple missed tackles. 1st and goal, ball spotted on the 4.
Timeout, Colerain.
Cardinals called timeout. They want to make sure
timeout.
as Mason gets to the line with 29 seconds to play that they get the right
Got
defense.
some scores for you from
And
around
everywhere,
the area here.
Cardinals, the outside linebacker
At the
missed
half,
there, missed contained.
Woods 22,
Brown did a good
Turpin
job
0.
just kind of evading long enough to get a pass off. And then there was 2
Fairfield
missed
20,
tackles.
Sycamore 0.
Yeah, they threw it to the big tight end,
Princeton
number 2.
6,
Quentin Kaler.
Hamilton 0. That's in the second.
Kind of
He was-
built like a fullback.
also-
He was
Second
tackled.
quarter,
He was
Dakota
made
West
contact at the
14,
12-yard
Oakville
line, and he
0.
kind of just slipped through 2 tacklers and fell forward, stayed on his feet. Luckily, the Cardinals get him before he gets in, but he's down at the 4. 1st and goal for the Comets. 29 seconds. They do have a timeout remaining. And this is big for the Cardinals. You had them in a position where you didn't want to give up any points, but you try to limit them as much as you can here. The Cardinals will get the ball to start the second half.
1st and goal, Mason.
So Brown in the shotgun. It's a man in motion right. They're going to roll right. Throw. And he's got it for a touchdown.
Brown's pass is complete.
Everybody thought that they were going to run the ball, that they throw it from that situation. 2nd score of the game for the Mason Comets. 24 seconds left to play in the halftime.
Just runs the Greer just goes in motion and goes all the way to the corner of the end zone and just catches it for a touchdown. Cardinals blocked the first extra point attempt.
To kick the extra point.
Timmons will set attempt here again. Snap is back. Kick is, and we have a not even going to count
Blaze
because
whistle
someone
dead.
jumped.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Colerain was drawn offsides or they jumped.
Dead ball.
False start on the
False
Comets.
start, Mason.
So that's going to move the extra point back a few yards.
It'll make the point after attempt just a tad longer. Once again, in to kick is Michael Timmons, and the hold by Zach Rogers.
Timmons now extra point. Be a 25-yard attempt. Kick is up and
How did he
somehow
not block
Yes,
that?
the point is
went
good.
through Stanley West and gets over the
With
crossbar.
21 seconds left
So with
in the
21
first
seconds to
half,
play in
it's
the
Mason
half,
Comets
it's Mason
13,
13,
and the
Colerain
Cardinals
0.
That kick, he had got such good penetration up there. The kick was so low. It went under his elbows, about hip level.
Parents of the Northwest Local School District.
About to say he broke through, and I was already ready to scream. He blocked another one. That was
Well, you can only guess.
Please visit our website.
You can only guess that they're so concerned about the outside edge that block that you forget to get that man in the middle who finds that penetration.
Well, yeah, on special teams, I mean, you were on that too. You got offensive linemen right there, but usually guys that blitz up the middle are a little bit thinner. They don't need much of a gap. Colerain has shown twice that they've gotten through there.
All right,
But
back
just-
to receive the kickoff.
How did that ball?
For the Cardinals,
How did
it's
that ball get
Robinson.
past? That's
So
And
everyone
Jeremy
but the kicker,
lined up wrong.
everyone, both teams, everyone but the kicker, Stephen
A little
Collins,
bit of confusion there on
both teams lined up on the
Which
wrong
side
sides of the
line up
field, and now
So
they'll switch.
yeah, luckily the kick wasn't made because both teams had 10, 11 guys off sides.
Cheated and Robeson back deep.
kicking for the
Colerain
Mason Comets will
just
be
catch
Colson
lightning in a
Bunch.
bottle right here.
Some sort of spark
Let's get
needed. The
back to
Cardinals
scene
not
for
much
the
going on
Cardinals.
offense.
Jeremy Cheatham and Jordan Robinson.
Colerain, the return men aren't set up very deep.
Anticipating that squid kick. Tight end Gilgorov picks it up for the Cardinals, and he'll pick it up and get some decent yardage, but
Picked up by Ilya
not much. He'll get out
Gilgorov.
across the 35 to the 36.
I'm glad you called that one. Say that name again.
It's Ilya
Ball
Gilgorov.
up to the Colerain 35-yard line.
6'4",
235
235-pound junior tight end.
I tell you, he moves pretty well with the ball.
He has one catch on the year for 2 yards. Cardinals only have 16 seconds, but they do have 2 timeouts. So they can maybe try to bust something here. Jennings takes it, keeps it, and he is met in the backfield for a loss.
Zay Jennings with the keeper. Stopped
That will be the
at
final
30
play of the
for a
half.
loss.
Cardinals will let the clock roll out. After one half
with
of
that,
play here at Colerain High School, it's the
Our game
Comets
goes
13,
to halftime.
the
Our
Cardinals
halftime
0.
Score is the Mason Comets 13.
We'll be back with about
the
3
Colerain
minutes on the
Cardinals
clock
0.
with some halftime scores and whatever stats we can manage. Thanks for listening. Be back soon. And welcome back here to Colerain High School. It's the Cardinals trailing the Comets 13-0 at halftime. We were unable to get any stats, so we apologize for that. The printer's still not working come week 4 here at Colerain High School, but we'll proceed with some scores. So there are 10 teams in the GMC. Okay? And all of them are playing each other tonight. At halftime, only 4 of the 10 have scored. So we're struggling offensively. Here it's 13-0. At Lakota West, they lead Oak Hill 17-0 at half.
Just 17?
Just 17. At Hamilton only trails Princeton by 6 points, but they haven't scored. 6-0 Princeton at halftime there. And Fairfield leads Sycamore 27-0 at halftime. The other score, Lakota East and Middletown, no one scored a point in that game at halftime, 0-0. Lots of zeros.
So good thing we're not playing fantasy high school football.
Yes, because no one except Fairfield and Lakota West has scored double-digit points, and 6 of the 4 teams haven't scored after half a play. Elsewhere in Louisville, LaSalle trails Trinity 7-3. And St. X also playing an out-of-state team. They're playing Penn from Indiana. They lead 28-3 over Penn in Mishawaka, Indiana.
Well,
I don't know where that is, but that's where they're playing.
It's Indiana, not Pennsylvania?
It's Penn High School in Indiana. Penn High School, not Pennsylvania.
Well, there's a Penn High School in
yeah, there's a Washington High School in
well, I was thinking St. X plays elsewhere, plays outside the division, some perennial powers.
Exchanging scores back and forth, but it's Milford over top of Anderson, 27-21 at half.
And services to meet
Kings
your
leads
needs.
Loveland 20-6 at half.
Checking to low rate car loans.
No score from West Claremont Walnut Hills. The other ECC score. Only haven't had an update from the game since 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, but Whitman Woods led Turpin 8-0. Couldn't find an update since. Elsewhere, another Cincinnati score, Wyoming leads Indian Hill 21-7. Wyoming has something like a 60-game, I think they're working for a 40-game regular season winning streak over there. They've gone like 4 or 5 years without losing the race. Anyways, we do have a couple Dayton scores all on the G-Walk. Another team that can't manage to score, Miamisburg. They trail Centerville 3-0 in a pitcher's duel in Dayton. Springfield leads Wayne 14-7. Springboro might be pretty legit this year. They almost knocked off Elder last week, and they lead Beaver Creek 35-3 at halftime. Fairmont, fresh off of their win over LaSalle, trails Northmont 28-0.
This is a strange season to figure out. You know, you have LaSalle going up and losing to some teams that are winning.
They might not be struggling as mightily as the Colerain offense, but that is an offense that is struggling. It's a very down LaSalle team that's going to struggle in the GCL South this year.
So with 2:20 left on the clock, Colerain had deferred.
You have time to get something delicious to eat.
We'll start on offense, but they dug themselves a hole with a late touchdown with just under 30 seconds to give up that second score is huge. Your offense had moving the ball, and you just kind of made the hole a little bit deeper that you need to climb out of.
Yeah, with the blocked extra point, it's a score, a touchdown, an extra point away from taking the lead. Now you're putting yourself in a 2-score deficit.
UC Health is proud to be the official orthopedics and
you do start the ball with this half, so if you had one score and come out, start that half with this ball.
Sports medicine provide award-winning care in order to keep the Cardinals at the top of their game.
I tell you what, that's one good thing about our vantage point here in Colerain. We get great sunsets in our end zone.
Hand, joint trauma, and sports medicine conditions.
And again, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Colerain wearing a little bit orange underneath for the Joe Bertram Foundation.
Power of rehabilitative care every day.
So see, we had a little bit of struggle in the first half where the teams didn't know which side to kick off from. Looks like we're going to line up correctly to start this half. Again, thanks for everybody to listen at home. Yeah, the Colerain stats have not been updated, and we haven't been given any.
Back
So
to receive for the Cardinals, number 4, Jeremy Cheatham, and number 3, Jordan Robinson.
So Comets will kick off.
they've had 2 kickoffs so far. None of them been deep. A lot of kind of squib kicks.
Will be Colson Bunch.
And we are underway here in the second half. It will be Cheatham taking about their own 5-yard line, trying to find some sort of gap. He will bounce out of a tackle, still on his feet across the 20, cuts back, hit big,
Cheatham
just short of the 30-yard line.
Out to the 28-yard
Tell you what, I thought he was going to get
nice
stopped
return
inside
for
the 20
Colerain.
right there. Good
It'll be first and
good
10
pursuit
Colerain from their
by
own
the coverage team of the
28-yard
Mason
line.
Comets, but he showed a little bit of a wiggle, got outside. Ball's going to start for the Colerain at their own 28.
Cardinals really did nothing on offense in the first half. Try to change that here in the second. Cheatham in motion. And I don't know what happened there.
The center snapped the ball before anybody else was ready, but good thing your quarterback was ready. With nobody on the offensive line moving, nobody on the defensive line moved either. So Colerain on a broken play gets a first down.
40-yard line, 41-yard
That might have been,
line.
yeah.
And that's good for a first down.
That's
Colerain.
not good, but we'll take the results.
Yeah, only the center moved on that play.
Jennings had the ball, and no one else moved except him, and he beat the defender out to the edge. So something for the Cardinals to start the second half. Fumbled the snap. Looks like Jennings back on top.
A fumble on the exchange. Covered by Colerain.
Again, 2 plays and 2 problems with the center
That'll
exchange.
set up 2nd and 12.
Going to lose 2 on that play.
Second and 12. Satterwhite in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep, try to find some space. He cuts inside, breaks 1 tackle, but then lost the ball, skipped up, and it's going to be no one in front of Krukenberg. Touchdown Comets.
A late flag comes behind the play. I believe it's in one of the area called celebrating. The return man running in for the end zone was kind of celebrating, handing it up the air. I didn't see any blocks or bad blocks, so that might be on the return guy. But that would be post-possession. Satterwhite
Well,
looking
the flags came out before he got in the end zone, it looked like.
Yeah, but he was celebrating before he got into the end zone.
The touchdown is good.
The touchdown is
Or it
good.
could be a sideline warning for the Colerain Cardinals.
The touchdown is good. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cardinals.
Taunting
No,
Or on the Comets.
on the Comets,
excuse
yeah.
me.
on Mason.
So probably the worst possible start for the Cardinals to start the second half. A defense, and that ball popped out of Satterwhite's hands, and Krukenberg couldn't have put it in his own chest better. Popped up and right into his chest, and there was no one in front.
Down on the play.
There's still a Cardinal offensive lineman, it looks like, down on the play.
Yeah, Colerain runs 3 offensive plays right there. They have the snap where only the center moved, and then the missed exchange, and now the fumble. So 3 plays, just half 3 mental mistakes. Satterwhite did have a good game, but you got to hold on to the ball.
It's good to see Jordan up.
He's up.
That's Jordan Campbell shaken up on the play with a lot of assistance. Colerain's going to need to find a substitution, it looks like, for at the guard situation. So the ball is spotted at the 3-yard line for the Mace. Oh, wait, this is the extra point.
I think the
Being forced on the kickoff?
forced on the kickoff.
Referee's probably having the same discussion that we are.
The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be assessed on.
They have worked
the
it out.
kickoff.
It'll be assessed on the kickoff.
In for the extra point.
One of the few bright spots has been the punt or the kick block team for the Cardinals. They have one already, nearly had a second on the last attempt. We'll see what they get here. Timmons set to kick it. For the Comets. Kick is blocked, but I think the Cardinals were offsides.
He tried to read the snap, and this time, I tell you what, before he was standing upright, and we don't know how he missed it. That time his belly is on the ground, and he just reaches up and gets it with one hand, but all for naught.
This is a weird situation because
do you go for two?
Well, no, because you have a penalty that's not going to be enforced into the kickoff, but then you have a penalty on the play in between. So how does that? You somehow I feel like that 15. You just that 15 is on hold. It's just awkward, but it is what it is.
It seems more awkward than it is.
Yeah. So Timmons will get another shot at it here. Snap is back. Kick is blocked again.
It is blocked once again.
The Cardinals have something figured out on that field goal unit for the Comets.
Well, I don't know if his Cardinals have something figured out or is a
glaring weakness.
Glaring weakness by Mason.
Well, you have to figure out the glaring weakness. So with 10:33 to play in the third quarter, it's the Comets 19, Cardinals 0.
Tonight's split the pot winner will be announced.
So there will be a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Comets. So rather than the 40, they will kick off from their own 25.
6-3-3.
So presumably the Cardinals will get decent field position here.
And again, Colerain, half the guys going one side of the field, half the guys going on the other. Your return men, guys.
Well, no, they're right. They're on the right side because they're just waiting for the penalty.
You're right. I forgot. I forgot with the 15, they're kicked so far
back. They're on the right side, yeah.
But because of the unsportsmanlike, the Colerain Cardinals front guys are past the midfield.
25-yard line. Back to receive for the Cardinals, Jeremy Cheatham and Jordan Robinson.
So Comets off the defensive touchdown will kick off to the Cardinals. We'll try to find anything here positive moving forward. It'll be Cheatham taking it out the run. Finding some space to the air. He's still got it. Trying to get around one man, and he had some space down the sideline. But tackled at the ankles right before midfield.
By Stephen McCalmont.
He was the only one there on the outside. He almost had the corner. Colerain's really got to take advantage of this now. Best field position they've had all game for a start. They're starting their own 49 with 10:23 left to play. Down 3 scores.
So the injured Cardinal was your center. So they already had issues up the middle. Blocking, let's see what the sophomore can do up the middle. Takes it. And Jennings is blown up in the backfield. I don't know where that guy came from, but he was unblocked.
55 listed as a defensive lineman, so I'm assuming he just came.
And he's not the Reed.
It'll be second down and 15.
Second and 15.
They just playing defense, came from the defensive end spot.
Handoff Rhodes up the middle, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, stiff arms across the line. Again, he's inside the 30 to the 25 before he's pushed out of bounds.
There we go. Colerain's finally got something a little bit going right there.
Knocked out of bounds by number 18, Tyler Wilson.
Well, if he's in the backfield that quickly, he should be able to get it to the fullback underneath of him. There it goes, Justin Rhodes. He had about 10 yards, and then 2 stiff arms later gets him across the 30 to the 21-yard line. First down, Cardinals. Cheatham in motion. Handoff, Rhodes. About 2 yards on the game.
Maybe, well, almost 3 on that one, Brandon.
Rhodes again on the
No,
run.
he was
He's
at the
tripped up.
19, 21. They're at the 19.
After a 3-yard gain, it'll be 2nd down and 7.
That's deceptive. It looks like 3, but it's 2. The line of scrimmage is at 21. Now it's the 19. I'm with you, though. It looks like 3 yards.
Well, yeah.
From that angle. Cardinals back to the line. 2nd and 8. Positive so far this drive. Handoff up the middle, blown up again in the backfield.
Sean Hopper on the carry. Taken down immediately.
Loss of about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals.
Bring them 3rd down and 8.
2-down territory definitely for Colerain right now. You will not settle for a field goal. Shotgun formation. We see a little something different.
The same trips formation they've used so far early in the game. Snap is back. Jennings just going to go student body left. Try to find an open hole. He does. Forward inside the 10. Down to the 6, maybe 7-yard line.
By Zay Jennings. He takes the ball all the way down to the Mason.
1st down and goal for the Cardinals at the Mason
7 or 8
7-yard line. It was just student body left. Pushing forward to find a hole, and he finds the seam enough to squeeze through and push forward.
Well, and great secondary blocking. We get in the second level by your wide receivers out there. He doesn't get out there without the blocks of what we refer to at Colerain as the wide guard. So 1st and goal from the 7.5.
Cardinals go with a heavy formation. Bring in those defensive linemen as extra blockers. Jennings takes it. He's just going to hand it off up the middle. Rhodes pushing forward, still on his feet. He'll fall forward. Is that him? Nope, that's not him.
Rhodes is the ball
just a gain of 1.
Brought down by Nick Sailors.
We got a helmet issue for the Mason Comets. Caden Davis, one of your leading tacklers, is going to have to come off the field.
2nd and goal from the 6.
2nd and goal from the 6 for the Cards. What is inevitably 4-down territory. Jennings takes it, hands it off to Jameer Carpenter, the up man, and Comets not fooled. The 290-pound senior nose tackle tried to sneak him underneath.
Yeah, can we refer to him as mini fridge?
If he would have scored, we could have.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. 6:35 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
It's 3rd and goal from the 5. The Cardinals will bring in their normal offense, but with Jennings in the shotgun. Jennings takes it, and the Cardinals
False
weren't
start.
set.
Ball,
You know, they've done that a couple of times when they rushed in some big substitution and went out of that shotgun.
That one's on Jennings.
That's
Jennings has to take a look.
That's what I was going to say. Your quarterback's got to make sure everybody is settled in before he calls for the ball.
3rd down and goal from the 10.
I know he's frustrated the way the night has gone, but it's the little things. And it was a 3rd and goal from the 5. Is now 3rd and goal from the 10. Satterwhite takes the snap, looks, keeps it, cuts inside. He'll get the penalty yardage.
Well, I tell you what, he ripped his helmet off after the play. Did they call it?
No, he just lost his helmet.
No, it was ripped off. I saw it. I seen it.
Yep, there's the flag.
Yeah. After the play, Satterwhite was down, and I'm not sure. It wasn't a face mask, but he kind of grabbed the side of his helmet and just gave it a rip.
Dead ball.
And what that's going to be, is that a 1st down?
It's not an automatic.
Not automatic 1st down on the high school level? But it does is half the distance, so the ball spotted just outside the 5 is going to take it down to the 3.
It'll be half the distance to the goal.
So essentially a 2-point play. Cardinals are rushing. There's no need
Still
to.
4th down.
Yeah. Will still be 4th down, but the Cardinals less distance to go here for it.
They've got Connor Big on that right side. Success with the fullback. They haven't started the play clock, but Coach Cutright had an explanation for something.
I think he wants the automatic first down, but the referees are right. In high school, you don't get an automatic first down. So 4th and goal from the 3. Jennings lost the ball, picks it up, and he's into the end zone.
Well, tell you what, the Colerain mistakes continue, but this one, they took advantage of their own mistake. It's a fumbled snap, which allowed the penetration for the defense lineman, Zay Jennings. Makes, I had to stop my language on that one. It makes a bad play into good play. So the Colerain get into the end zone. 5:33 left to play in the third quarter. 19-6, extra point pending.
Yeah, and one of the Cardinals will have to send a backup in. I think the regular blocker is one of the offensive linemen that's hurt for the Cardinals, so there is a little bit of delay. Your tight end ran off. He's got plenty of time. Well,
they haven't started the play clock, so.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time. There it goes. Snap is back, hold is down. Kick is no good.
Yeah, never really got that ball. It was kind of a low snap, had struggled to get it down, and I don't think he got it upright by the time the Colerain Carter kicker made contact. So 5:33 left in the third quarter. Colerain Cardinals are on the board, trailing the Mason Comets 19-6.
So a disastrous start. But we will say the unsportsmanlike of the Mason Comets sets up a short field, and the Cardinals able to take advantage.
The leader in physical therapy and athletic training is the exclusive athletic training and
so
physical therapy
it's almost 7 minutes into that second half, and we'll see maybe for the first time the Mason Comet offense.
That's a long drive by the Colerain Cardinals.
And when they do, let NovaCare's team of professionals get you back in the action. For a center near you, call 909-3460.
We've seen Mason, at least to start the game, had a decent return. They had a decent return also on punts. Colerain special teams really needs to pin them back at this point.
Will Schutte in the kick for the Cardinals.
It's Schutte for the Colerain Cardinals.
I don't believe any relation to the Schutte that kicked during the state championship.
Or the Schultes.
But Schutte and Schulte are two different names. Schutte's kick is up, and a field by Krukenberg at this 5-yard line, trying to make some space. He breaks through one tackle across the 30, near the 35, and that's where the Comets will take over. Exactly at the 35.
Krukenberg, nice return.
Yeah, another good return by the Mason Comets. Well blocked up front. This game again, like all the other games, is now on pretty much on the Colerain defense to keep it close. They've had a couple opportunities with the turnover. Really weren't able to capitalize, and Mason
First and 10 from their own
benefited from a few Cardinal mistakes in short field, this time at their own 35. Referees are a long time getting these plays going.
Make sure everything's set. It's no problem. The first time in the second half, we see the Mason Comet offense. Motion man set, another jet sweep. This was a touchdown, or near big gain last time. This time, Cardinals get over through the blocking on the second level and contain it to a 1, maybe 2-yard gain.
Well, good penetration on the outside. Who's 12?
That is Jacob Fitzgerald, one of your senior captains.
Jacob Fitzgerald didn't make the play, but turned him inside to where all the traffic was.
Cooper Krieg, sophomore outside linebacker, keeping contained there as well. So second and a long 8 for the Comets. Hand off to Hibbett, and he has nowhere to go, but it was one of those where it was just a pile of bodies, and he kind of just, there was no gain, but then there was no one to tackle him either. It was just kind of a mass of bodies, and he kind of rolls out and falls forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah, the defensive line stood up the offensive line, but nobody really made contact with the running back, and they just kind of lost him in that massive humanity.
It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Comets. short, long, more of a long 4 because they're just inside just past the 40, the first down, just inside the 45. And in motion, handoff, Brown, play action, looking, backside, post knocked away by Dillingham. One time and then a second time for good measure.
That was just a timing route out there, just one-on-one, and Dillingham makes that back. But, you know, we don't have the greatest of camera, and we don't have a replay, but that ball was tipped straight up in the air, and both the wide receiver and Dillingham gave up on the play, and it came back down in between them. Either one of them could have caught that tip if they knew where the ball was at.
So Mr. Everything for the Comets, Krukenberg, back. He has all the punts, a bunch of kick returns, and a defensive touchdown. And he'll get this punt off Cheatham with a fair catch signal. We'll take it out the zone 26-yard line. So the Cardinals will take over. 3:49 to play in the third.
Once again, announcing tonight's split the pot winner.
Down to 3:49 left in the third quarter, Colerain down 2 scores.
Literally, it was the last thing I just said.
I don't listen to you.
Please come to the press box to claim your winnings.
The Cardinals finally got the offense going last possession.
1st and 10, Colerain.
Take over at their own 26 now. Satterwhite in motion. Takes it, keeps it, speed option right. Jennings breaks one tackle, stays to his feet, and picks up about 7 yards on the play.
They run weak side this time on the option. Less guys to block on that side.
Well, it's the first time we've seen them two use the motion against the defense. They send a man in motion and go with the option against that motion.
Yeah, hoping to get the linebackers flowing with the motion, and it was successful.
2nd down and 3 for the Cardinals. Handoff, Rhodes takes it, and a tackle in the backfield again by a defensive end for the Comets. This time, number 51, Caden Davis with its tackle for a 2-yard loss.
Loss for the Cardinals on that play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
I'm only going to give them a loss of 1. 3rd and 4. Cardinals need to get to the 36. They're on 3rd down. Takes it, speed option again. Takes it, Rhodes. Makes one man miss, but can't make the other, and he'll lose another yard.
That time they went backwards. Make some comments, read the quarterback, read the pitch man. They lose 3 yards. 4th down.
Was carried by
the same play they ran on 1st down for 7, but the Comets didn't get fooled this time.
4th down for the Cardinals.
So Brennan Green out to punt again.
Big Brennan Green for the punt. Back to receive for Mason. Who else? Sean Krukenberg.
Krukenberg back to return for the Comets. Snap back to Green, gets the kick away. And that's a high floater, fair caught, and another good punt by Brennan Green. I will say, I'm not saying he should, but he could have if Brennan Green took some acting lessons there. He could have fallen over the defender. I don't know if he would have got the call, but it was fine. A really good punt.
You better believe there's still time to get over to the concession
1:54, 3rd quarter. Comets take over at their own 35.
Goes on, you get more.
So basically, the exchange of possession and about 3 minutes off the clock. Nothing
1st and 10 base.
Gained, nothing lost except time for the Cardinals. Brown steps back, looks, throws into the flat, and catch.
Brown's pass is complete to Quinn Brown.
Quinn Brown, Cooper Krieg with the tackle, but it's a gain of about 5 yards.
He had me fooled on that one. I was chasing. I saw the play action. Me with the inexperience of the camera here, I chased the deep guy and missed the underneath route.
Well, Brown just had so much time. I think that was probably his 3rd or 4th read. 2nd and 5.
We've seen that when Colerain has sent people, they've got them. But when they just go with 4, they're not getting any penetration there for the quarterback.
Handoff around the edge, gets it close to a 1st down. His Hibbett will be about a football length short.
He's brought down by Cooper Krieg and Eller Nevis. And that will bring up Third down.
Third down and less
And
than a
about
yard for the
one.
Comets. They need the
All
40.
right, Cardinals fans, let's
The
get
40-yard
behind
line.
our
The ball is at the 39.5. Or excuse me, they need the 45. The ball at the 44.5. Quarterback sneak, and the push from behind will give him the first down.
Brown on the keeper.
Brown was stood up short, but he got pushed by Sailors from behind for a first down.
Well, he got stood up and actually bounced around the pile to the outside.
I don't think he did so on his own volition, though. I think his own running
Absolutely.
back was just pushing him in the back. I don't think he had the
Presence of mind.
Well, he had not the presence of mind. I just don't think he had the balance. He was knocked off his feet, stood up, and then he got pushed from behind just enough for a first down. Comets up 2 scores and the clock to work again. Working off of that formation, trying to find that edge. And no gain on the play.
I mean, I don't expect anything too fancy. I mean, matter of fact, Mason kind of surprised me with starting that drive with passing. It's still a lot to play. That might be the last play of this third quarter.
Yep, it will be, because there's exactly a 1 second difference, and the Comets are already walking to the other side of the field. And that, even though there's still 23 seconds on the clock, it's going to run out here.
Looks like Mason's going to let the clock run out here in the third
He's going
quarter.
to let the third quarter play out, even though there's still 10 seconds on the clock. It's one of those where it was 40-second play clock, and there was 39.5 seconds on the clock.
And the referees aren't looking up like the end of the game when you got a 2-score lead and it doesn't matter. It just happened to work out that way.
Yeah. So, after 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School, it's the Comets
Some
19.
local scores, some local
The
high
Cardinals
school
6.
football scores for you. In the third quarter, it's Trinity 10, LaSalle 3.
The Comets 2nd and 10 at their own 46. The
In the
Cardinals
third
need
quarter,
a stop to
Princeton 13,
get them back in the game here.
Hamilton 0. And also in the third quarter, Lakota West 17, Oak Hills 0. All right, we didn't have anybody claim the prize of the split the pot, so here's a new number. Listen up. 633-273. 633-273.
So
If that's
Brown
your
takes
number,
the
you're
Comet
winner. Come
offense
on up
out,
to the press box to
and
collect your
they will
winnings.
go empty. 3 receivers to the left, tight end to the right. A little screen bubble to Sailors. Passes behind him. He can't really get his feet underneath him. He'll catch it, but lose about
Sailors
3
on the
yards.
reception there from
Yeah,
Brown.
he kind of looked up to see where the defense was coming from, but you're right, the ball behind him, almost a backward pass, took him off his balance, and when he took his eyes up to the defender, couldn't catch his own balance.
And it's fortunate for the Cardinals because I don't think Myrick had the angle to get him if that pass is on target.
Again, surprisingly, Mason Comets throwing in that situation. But something like that's almost a long handoff.
Yeah. They like this trips. Nope, they're going to send another guy over that side.
Play clock down to 2. They're going to call a timeout.
Yep, timeout. Comets
Timeout,
11:15
Mason.
to
It's
play.
their first timeout.
Say
of
Colerain's
the
going to stay on the
second
toes. I mean, they've come out throwing the ball, but early in the first half, they had a 3rd and long, and they went to a draw play out of this formation.
of your Colerain Cardinals.
Well, initially, and then they snuck a guy back out to the back side, but it took so long to get him over there, they were running out of time. Luckily for the Cardinals, because there was no one guarding that guy who ran out there. They were shouting at, it looked like Jahivi Jarman running out there to try to cover him.
Joint trauma and sports medicine conditions.
It's the first time out of the second
Learn more
half.
at UCHealth.com and experience why we see the power of rehabilitative care every day.
Cardinals down 2 scores. Third and 13 for the Comets.
Yeah, with a 2-score lead, they can go anywhere. They can go pass, they can go run.
They can go punt. They're not going to do that. Larson Brown. Motion, drops back, looks to throw under pressure, finds a man underneath. 1-on-1, slips the tackle, but not
Brown's
enough to
pass
stay on
is
his
complete.
feet. Jack Ryder short,
to
the
number
line of
4,
the game by
Jack
about 4 or
Ryder.
5 yards.
Yeah, but it's going to bring up a
21
4th
on
down
the
and
coverage,
4 in
Dylan
Colerain
Pettis.
territory. And it looks like they're leaving their offense out there.
The offense is staying. I don't know if there it goes.
They made a late sub. Here it comes.
Mason will bring in the punt.
Normally, I would say this is a good spot to go for, but the way that the Cardinals offense, you don't want to give them any field position.
Well, this is something to talk about too. Krukenberg is back there. We know he can run the ball.
Cardinals did get their return team on the field. Krukenberg, last time you punted, just kind of waited all day because there was no rush on him. He gets this away, and that is taking a bounce.
They got a Colerain ball. That ball landed at the 20, took a bounce at the 19, and rolled backwards like a 9-iron all the way back to the 25.
That was an odd punt. Krukenberg, he's just a guy who can kick. He's not a punter.
At the high school level, yeah, you just want a guy that can consistently hit the ball when they drop it.
He's not very consistent. That one was almost like a curve, like you said, a curving 9-iron. Sliced it right. And then on the bounce.
But here we go. 10-18 in the fourth quarter. Colerain needs to score.
We need to score twice, but we need to score first to get on that plane.
Well, you got to score first before you can score a second time.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say there.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Jennings under center. Satterwhite takes it, speed, jet sweep. Stretch it, and the Comets did a good job keeping contained in Satterwhite. Nowhere to go to the outside, and the second level cleans it up on the inside.
Well, they've run that jet sweep a couple times, and Mason's doing a good job. I don't know who is in charge of blocking the second level on that. They're doing a good job with the fill, but the linebackers are coming untouched to fill that hole.
Yeah. The outside linebacker is not allowed in and get outside, and there's no one blocking the linebackers on that, like you said, the second level. So 2nd and 14, officially a loss of 4 on the play. Satterwhite back at quarterback. Takes the snap, speed option, pitches to Jennings, trying to find some space, cuts back, falls forward, close to the original line of scrimmage.
Moves ahead for a yard. He's taken down by Malachi Reed and Caden Davis. 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12 upcoming for the Cardinals. Satterwhite takes the snap, pitches that to Jennings, looks to throw, and Jennings, he just caught that pitch and threw it. He didn't even look to see the receiver.
The receiver really didn't get off the line of scrimmage here. Pretty obvious quarterback option pass right there when you're. But, yeah, no timing on that play, and the receiver was probably about the 35-yard line when that ball was released, and it landed at the other 35. He's just not even.
He can't throw it that far. It didn't go that far. But the receiver wasn't even looking yet for the catch. So the Cardinals will punt again with 8:54 to play. Punt is away, high punt. It's going to take a bounce, and Mason got lucky there. That ball, no one yelled anything except one coach on the sidelines to get away. Nearly bounced off a Mason player, but it does not. Cardinals on down it. Mason takes over at their own 49.
Colerain got a little bit of lucky there. I've got a lot of guys standing around. A couple guys went chest to chest, and one of the Colerain Cardinals. It was an open hand slap to the face mask. It was more of an attention getter but referees didn't see it, or they saw it and kind of looked the other way because the 2 kids walked away. But
so Mason takes over near midfield. Brown hands it off at the middle. Hibbett breaks the initial tackle at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for about 4 yards.
He moves ahead for about 3 yards.
And that's really all Mason needs to do right now with the inability of Colerain offense to move anything. Is just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Trust your offensive line.
47-yard line.
They've kind of slowed themselves by trying to get a little bit over creative that last drive. But just go right at the Colerain Cardinals defense and accept 3 yards of play.
Honestly, you don't even need a first down. Just run some clock and punt it. Cardinals haven't done much offensively. Hibbett takes it. He's met. Falls forward. And at the 45, falls down. Tackled at the 44. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Comets.
Moves ahead, but he's taken down by Nathan Fry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Mason.
Nathan Fry on the tackle.
It's the first time we've heard his name tonight. Mason did a good job of containing the senior defensive tackle, but really was been a bright spot the first 3 games for the Cardinals. Not much of his name called tonight. Comets again in that formation. Trips to one side with a tight end. They'd like to run that side. They won't have to. They'll get 5 yards and a free first down.
Yeah, and with the good angle that I had on that play, there is nobody from Mason that moved on that. That was all Colerain.
5-yard penalty, and that will be enough for a first down.
So that'll spot the ball at the Colerain 39, 1st and 10 for the Mason Comets. 7:15 left to play in the 4th quarter. Colerain trails the Comets 19-6.
Handoff. On the right side. Again, they'll just run. And I don't know who that flag's going to be on. There was lots of contact right there at the sidelines. Honestly, it could go either way. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was on the Comets. Wouldn't be surprised if it was on the Cardinals. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if
I was on the sideline.
Sideline.
But traditionally, pretty much what happens there is kind of slings a little bit extra once they're out of bounds, and it looks like that's what they're going to call.
It'll be on the Cardinals, an extra 15 yards and a first down for the Comets.
You can force a guy out of bounds, but kind of that little hip toss with the jersey. It's going to be unsportsmanlike contact. Personal foul is going to take it all the way down to the Colerain 22.
Personal foul, Colerain. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Brown hands off, stretch play again, finding some space down to the 16. About a 5-yard gain on the play.
Number 19, Weston Simmons taking
Simmons
down
runs
number
hard
19,
right there.
James
Found a little bit of a crease, and we heard the pop up here. Good physical football.
Mason likes those long stretch plays. I haven't really seen them run. I haven't seen them run out of the weak side of that formation yet. Not that I'm cheering for positive for Mason, but they have a heavy formation and they keep running to that side, waiting for that one time they bust out the other way. Handoff up the middle. Simmons. Nevis meets him at the 15.
Weston Simmons once again on the carry.
He's going to stop him short of the first down.
He's
only getting
taken
about
down
1 yard on that
Miller
play.
Nevis. For a modest gain. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3.
Normally I would say this. So normally I'd say this is 4 down territory, but a field goal makes it a 3-score game. But you've had almost no success kicking field goals.
I think they've only had 1 successful field goal in all 4 games they played.
No, they have 7 of 8 coming in. They only had 1
That's
miss.
extra points.
Extra points, same difference. Brown takes it. Frey hit him in the backfield. He just gets it off, and Hibbett's going to get the first down. Nathan Frey so close. But just gets the handoff off, and Hibbett does enough to get the first down.
It's a game of inches. Great penetration up and forces the quarterback out. He's inches away from being tackled himself. He gives it off to the running back. The defensive end is right there. He's inches away from taking him, and they just stretch that play to the outside. Colerain does keep them in bounds.
Colerain doesn't want them in bounds.
Yeah, but Colerain doesn't want them in bounds.
First and goal for the Comets at the Cardinal 9. Push up the middle, and that one is blown up from the start. All sorts of penetration up front. Cardinals pushed that back, and Hibbett took the handoff, and he had nowhere to run. Jameer Carpenter pushed his man all the way into him. It'll be a loss of only 2 because they'll give him forward progress, but not much going there.
Wasn't that? Didn't you just ask for off that power formation to run to the weak side? It looked like that time they did.
Well, they probably. Honestly, that play's been like Colerain's offense, where you don't have no idea if that play would have been successful because the defense was in the backfield before the play could even develop. Cardinals take a timeout with 4:35 to play. Down 2 scores. They have to preserve as much time as you can.
Volleyball will be home tomorrow versus Edgewood.
Some people, you might think, well, there's plenty of time, but you need 2 scores, and time is more precious than any downs or any sort of thing. You need as much time on that clock as you can.
So out of the timeout. 4:35.
Still goal to go for the Comets, but now from the 11. Brown steps back, and this is just going to be a throw to the corner of the end zone. And knocked away. They took the senior, Braden Greer, the leading receiver, one-on-one with the sophomore 5'8" Jaden Staley. Looked like Greer made the initial play. I don't know if Staley got a hand in there to knock it away, but Greer could not complete the catch.
Yeah, it was 6'2" against 5'8", senior against sophomore. Sophomore wins that battle.
Did he win or did
he didn't catch the ball?
That's
if you don't lose that battle, you win as a defender.
Yeah, do you? No, I'm kidding. So 3rd and goal, and ill-advised if you're Mason there. Why do you run a play that could potentially stop the clock? Now they'll go motion to man empty in the backfield. Blitz coming, wheel routes, caught, touchdown Comets.
Pass to Nick Sailors is good.
Yeah, they ran a wheel route off to the fake for the running back. He sneaked out of the backfield and got in one-on-one coverage. And they're talking whether he was in bounds or not, but
no, they're just resetting the pylon. That's just a fantastic catch. Hayden Danielson did everything he can to recover from the wheel route. Has a hand in his face, and Dick Sailor somehow hangs on to it for the touchdown.
Indicate the extra point is Michael Timmons.
There's no replay, and it's in a spot where maybe he's bobbling out of bounds, but it's high school, and you're going to get that call.
Well, referees are right there. They got a better view than we do on that.
He might have been a clean catch, but there's no way there to really second guess it. Great play. Kick is up, and kick is no good.
Attempt is no good.
4:21 to play. Comets 25, Cardinals 6.
The Mason Comets 25, the Colerain Cardinals 6.
So a 3-score lead for the Comets. Time not on the Cardinals side.
For all the latest information, photos, and videos on all
give a
Colerain
shout out
athletics,
to Daniel
sure to
Binger,
visit
former Cardinal
wearecolerain.com.
listening in. Thank you for
Please
listening
consider
from
joining the
Florence,
boosters
Kentucky.
and helping all the student organizations at Colerain High School. Registration couldn't be easier. Go to wearecolerain.com or colerainalumni.com for more information. And we do thank you.
Cardinals
for
need to score quickly here to have any chance.
I know you're looking diligently. Twitter has been quiet tonight with as many games going on. We're really not getting that many score updates.
Pure Lawn Organic Lawn Care. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please contact the athletic department. 913-741-5054.
Trinity 17-3 over LaSalle. 17-0. Still Lakota West. That's all I've had on Oak Hills.
On the kickoff for Mason, we have Colson Bunch back to receive for the Cardinals. We have Cheatham and Robinson.
Cheatham and Robinson back deep. Kick, and Gilgorov will get another attempt, and it's the return short of the 40-yard line.
Returned by Ilya Gligorov. Brought down by Tyler Gulp.
So 4:15, down 3 scores. Cardinals do have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, we haven't seen any attempts deep except for the the ill-fated, improperly run quarterback option. But then again, Colerain, not a passing team, really haven't had much time to throw the ball.
They haven't really had much time in the backfield for anything, but they'll come out shotgun, 2 wide, either side.
Single coverage on this outside, good height advantage for this Colerain receiver. They're rolling a safety over here now.
That's Corey Myrick in on offense. Rolling, throw to Cheatham. Finding some space, but the ball's knocked loose. Comets have it.
James' pass is complete to Cheatham.
Again, when it rains, it pours here at Colerain High School. Not sure if it wouldn't have been a big play, but it would have been positive yardage, trying to get a little bit of extra contact there. Another fumble, another turnover to the Mason Comets.
So, Comets will take over at their own, or at the Cardinal 31.
First and 10, Mason from the Colerain 31.
Mason doesn't have to do anything but work the clock here, up 3 scores. Hand off right, stretch play. Cardinals contain it, but another patient run by Hibbett picks up about 4 yards.
Taken down by Cooper Craig.
Yeah, those look like they're initially stopped or at least limited, 2 or 3 yards, and then he finds a little seam, picks up a couple extra. He's been there all day.
Clock under 3:35 to play. End off Hibbett, left side. Find him some space in there right at the pylon. He's going to be short. Marked at the 1. Nope, they're going to mark a touchdown.
He scampers ahead for a touchdown.
Comets add a late score.
Yeah, Colerain, the late substitution there, put in a safety on that side. Nowhere to be found near that play. But again, there's that stretch that's been successful. The referees are discussing this again. I tell you what, Coach Cutright is saying he lost the ball before he got, and he fumbled it into the end zone, which would be a turnover. Yeah, touchback.
I would be shocked if they overturned it here.
Well, because, most of the referees at this level aren't as fast as the players, so were they in the position to make this call? I didn't see it.
Also, you're just not going to overrule yourself like that in this situation. I highly doubt it.
Nope. They
could have legitimately been correct. Even he might have fumbled for a touchback, but especially when the game, like the situation is like,
it doesn't mean anything.
It's meaningless to the outcome of this game. I just wouldn't have discussed it. If I'm the referee crew, I just go with what I call. Kick is up. Kick is good with 3:12 to play. Comets 32. Cardinals 6.
With 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. It's the Mason Comets 32, the Colerain Cardinals 6.
So who's this on the field talking to the referees now?
That guy, that's just the trainee referee.
Okay.
He's been there the whole game.
Let's see if I can get a shot of him.
He's been there the whole game.
Well, I didn't know it. I saw him talking with the referees. I'm like,
No,
okay, is that a parent that's arguing with the referees?
No, that's a referee training.
I made up a story in my head that didn't exist.
The khaki shorts don't do him.
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was a parent or a coach or somebody has come out of the end zone to argue with the referees, but he is a referee in training. So that it's not as good a story, but it's probably the correct one.
Colson Bunch into kick for Mason, back to receive for the Cardinals. Robinson and Cheatham.
Slow line drive. Cheatham can't get a good look at it. He'll just let it bounce into the end zone.
It's a touchback.
So Cardinals will take over at their own 20 with 3:12 to play.
Colerain 25-yard line. Nope, just kidding. The 20. Ball comes out to the 20-yard line where the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10.
So Mason's going to make a lot of substitutions on defense. Not a full wholesale substitution.
Say 55 still out there. Just see a couple substitutions. I will say there's a few where it's obvious the substitutions are a difference between a junior and sophomore. Satterwhite in motion. Takes it. Jennings keeps it. Not much place to run. He'll pick up about 8 yards.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, only going to give him about a half-yard.
It's up slow. So Jennings.
Officials timeout.
When it rains, it pours. I said earlier, that's Jennings' helmet off in obvious pain. So where are we at next week, Brandon?
We are at Sycamore to open Sycamore Stadium.
Attention all
First
Oh.
time in Sycamore's brand new home.
Remind me, I got to send them an email.
Spectators are not permitted on the field at any time, including at the conclusion.
I believe
of
it's
the
the first game ever at Sycamore's brand new stadium.
From what I understand, yeah, they didn't get it open to the beginning of the season, and yeah, we're going to get to open it up for them.
Sycamore will also go into that game winless as they were getting defeated pretty heavily earlier against Fairfield.
Let me guess, Fairfield quarterback runs for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
No idea.
What's really surprising, I mean, I don't know what's the latest update, but we saw only the 17 points by Lakota West. I mean, they're averaging in their 40s. But then again, we're not getting updates as frequently as we have. What's funny is there's certain schools tweet more when they're winning.
I don't think that's the case. I just don't think there's as much scatter as Jennings gets up limping. Will not walk off under his own support. So,
and that one parent's arguing with referees again. No, that's your khaki short trainee again.
I wouldn't Craig call him khaki, but
yeah. Well, you called him khaki to begin with.
I said khaki. I just said cargo shorts.
Want me to run the tape back?
I don't think I said khaki because I remember consciously thinking those aren't khaki, not to say khaki.
We'll run the tape back.
Satterwhite in the Wildcat with Jennings out. We'll wait for the referee to whistle ready for play. Takes it. Quick hitter up the middle. He'll pick up about 6 yards.
Probably not going to see much other than that from Satterwhite. He has taken some snaps at quarterback, but he pretty much he's a runner. We've seen him throw the ball a couple times.
If it can't get much worse, we might find the third quarterback because Satterwhite's shoe came off if he can't get it back on.
Well, unlike the helmet at the high school level, when the helmet comes off, you've got to come off. When the shoe comes off, you can play with one shoe.
He did get it on quite easily, so we're all right there. 3rd down and call it a long 4.
2:15 left to play till half. Or to the end of the game, I'm sorry.
Satterwhite takes the snap, hands it off the ropes. He's got a big hole, and he runs right over the defender, but he's brought down just across the 41.
I'm sorry to those at home. I got excited with the play and didn't follow it. We're a man down in the booth, so we're trying to produce and run the camera ourselves. But Rhodes could have went around that safety if he wanted to. But he measured him up, and it was big contact.
You got it just in frame because I'm watching the.
Okay, did I?
Not on purpose. You accidentally got it just in frame.
Yeah.
Because I see the time delay here as we broadcast live from the live feed to when it goes up to YouTube.
140.
Again, Satterwhite keeps, runs left, trying to find the edge, cuts inside, only going to get about a yard on the play.
Carry taken down by several comments.
Clock continues to run, under 120 to play. Down 4 scores, no hurry. They're just going to still keep forward, but they're not going to risk any further injury here, the Cardinals. Sadoway, low snap, but just gets it off the Rhodes, and he's had some holes, but
Rhodes on the carry.
nice job by the 55 is the
He's
one.
still in the ball game.
I get it if you don't. You probably have a senior playing some extra games or something. I don't know, but he made the play there. Cardinals will have to run at least one more play here. Snap is off. Sadoway takes it. Stays on his feet. Makes one man miss. Still up, falling, spinning. He'll go down, and for the first time in school history, the Mason Comets have defeated the Colerain Cardinals here. Final, Mason 32, Colerain 6. So, thank you for listening here on Colerain Game Day. We'll be back next week with Cardinal football as the Cardinals travel to Sycamore High School to take on the Aviators, looking for that first win of the season. For everyone here at Colerain Game Day, thanks for listening to Colerain Cardinal Football.